Hey everybody, Elgin Walker here, eXp Realty, and for my real estate friends, here we are in October. We're coming up to Halloween. Now, typically, Halloween time, for whatever reason, seems to be our zombie moment. That seems to be the moment where real estate agents act like Halloween is New Year's Eve, and we start to check out of the business and get in the holiday mode, talking about it's Thanksgiving and it's Christmas and then it's New Year's, etc. This is the fourth quarter. This fourth quarter does two things. One, it obviously finishes up the year for us, and as it does in any business. For those of us that are trying to run this thing like a business, any business, this is the fourth quarter, and you want to shore up the year. But in addition to that, this is where you get momentum for the first quarter of 2024. So those of you guys that remember, I've been talking about this now probably at least a year, maybe two, but at least a year, is that now is a time in real estate where you get to find out, are you really as good of an agent as you think you are? Are you really as good of a business person as you think you are? Or were you just a product of a really good market? Were you just a product of a really good market and, be honestly, you were going along for the ride? Now is the time where we see, are you working and stepping up, mastering, learning your skill set? Are you putting in good work habits to where that you are automatically doing certain things on a consistent basis in an efficient manner that helps you help buyers and sellers achieve their goals? Because let me tell you something, with interest rates, and as I'm speaking right now, they're around 8%, somewhere in that ballpark, that if you've got a 3% mortgage right now on a place that you own, why do you want to buy? Why do you want to sell your home with a 3% mortgage and buy something at it's going to cost you 8%, 7.5, 7.75, right? And if you're buying for the first time and you missed out, did not jump in, whatever the situation was, could not do it, weren't qualified yet, when the rates were 3% and 4%, you're not necessarily feeling really comfortable about going in with 8% on an interest rate. But let me tell you something: people that are motivated, people that are motivated and have a need, they get in and they take care and they satisfy their need. And one of the needs is that we all need housing, and we all do one of two things. We either are purchasing and owning the housing, the real estate that we're in, and building legacies for our families, or we're renting from someone else and we're building legacies for their families. Because I can guarantee you one thing: nobody cares about the interest rate if you're renting. Nobody cares about if you're renting, only if you're purchasing. And if you're purchasing, though, there are things that can be done down the road. There are things that you settle into. Quick story again. When my wife and I purchased our first home, the interest rates were 14%. We did a buy down. Where we paid extra money to buy our interest rate down. And during that time, when we bought our interest rate down, we could buy it down for longer years. We brought our interest rate down to 12.5%. Our first place, our interest rate was 12.5%, and we were freaking happy. Yeah. We were excited. We were excited about that. And there were other people buying. And people that bought and held on to their property. If you just bought back then and you did not do that, we're talking 1989. If you just didn't do anything with that property, you know what the thing is worth today? If you didn't refinance it, pull money out of it, sell it, if you didn't do anything, you know what it's worth today? For the people that jumped in at 14% interest rates, made whatever sacrifice they had to make to get to where they want to get to. So, that being said, you as a professional, what your job now is to help people on the buy and sell side, the investors, achieve the goals that they have. Make sure that you're providing value. Make sure that you're in this thing, learning your craft, learning your skill set, learning things that you can do to help them achieve their goals. Just remember this: whatever goals you have now, hopefully you have some, however much quote-unquote money you want to make, whatever it is, you help families, the money automatically comes. I would challenge you on your business plans and everything else. Don't necessarily just I'm not telling you not to, but don't just necessarily put in, I want to make $1 trillion and blah, 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 et cetera, et cetera. Why don't you write down how many families you want to help? How many families do you want to help for the year? And if you can achieve that number, trust me, the monetary monies that will come from that will more than suffice your goals. God bless you. Just food for thought. We're here for you if you have any questions. If you want to talk about your business plans or your plans, what's working, what's not working, we're always open to masterminding and helping people, helping agents, and helping customers. God bless, and you take care.